All right, we're here. I lost the save file, but we have an alternative now, so it's all good. Let's go. This is about where we started out last time. Okay. Oh wait, I'm a dumbass. That part of the crop isn't the screen. That's the border for this video. I'm sorry. I'm a perfectionist. I say, even though if I was a true perfectionist, I wouldn't be doing this. But you know what? Whatever. That's why it wasn't fitting. There we go. Oh my god, can it just load? I'm good. Okay, there we go. This is where we were last time. Gumshoe's getting suspected again. I'll start voice acting once we actually get to the part of the, you know, the new stuff that I haven't done. Actually, is this? No, yeah. This is before the cut, so it should be. I'm second guessing myself like crazy now. Well, if we fail to solve this case, Detective Gumshoe will be formally charged under all of the circumstantial evidence, which we don't want to happen. So that's why Edgy and little Von Karma gotta, you know, put their heads together. Alright. Let me stretch. Let me get a drink. And I will, you know, continue. Alright, let's go, baby! September 10th. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. What's this incredibly overpowering sweet scent?
It smells like flowers.
It's baby!
Uncle Bad, is this it?
Isn't that Detective Bad over there? Doesn't matter. Okay, wait. You are going a bit too fast for me. Hold on. You are going a little fast for me. My reading speed is not that fast. Hold on. There we go. Now we have the PAL version of Miles Edgeworth Investigations. No, that's not quite it.
Aw, too bad. But it's so pretty.
I think you're still a bit too young to be wearing that. But since you found it, I guess I can let you keep it.
Thanks. I'll treasure it always.
Those two seem to get along rather well. Also, let me know if the volume mixing is good still, because I don't know if the video makes it slightly louder than it should be. Okay, the video's kind of loud. Right on cue. Thank you. Boink. Bad gives her a fucking Swiss roll.
Yay, thank you, Uncle Bad. Earlier, I ate one of these with Gummy.
Gummy? Oh, you mean Gumshoe.
He was trying to be nice to me because I was gonna get in trouble. And then he got in trouble because he lied to protect me. Gummy. I know he didn't kill Daddy.
Don't cry. Faraday would be sad if he saw you crying.
I'm not crying.
Okay. Just a kid crying into his Swiss roll.
Oh, it's the mister from before and the lady, too.
Don't you think it would be a good idea to go home for the time being?
You're not involved in the investigation, so it's for the best if you do. Actually, I'm Uncle Bad's assistant. So, I'm related to the investigation.
Is that so, Detective Bad? Yeah, I guess.
What? You were just scolding us like kids to not mess up the crime scene. And now you let this child run free? Why?
People are free to investigate things outside of the actual crime scene. You also had a few things she wanted to look into. You got a problem with that? I don't have a problem with that, but I am curious as to what Miss Yu is looking into. What was she cooking?
Uncle Bad, I'm gonna go look somewhere else now, okay?
All right, I'm counting on you.
Oh, that's right. Hey, mister.
Yes? What is it?
I know Gummy really isn't the bad guy. I mean it. So please, find the real bad guy, okay?
I mean, yeah, we'll do our best. I won't forgive whoever did this. But in the absence of the perfect piece of testimony and evidence, there is no one else who could be the true culprit other than Detective Gumshoe. It's really unfortunate. She wandered off while I was pondering. What was she cooking? Alright, talk to the baddie. Detective Bad, what exactly was Kay searching for? Nothing that concerns you, boy.
Oh? And I suppose that's something to do with Kay.
It does, because she's Faraday's daughter. Anyway, hurry up and get to the point. Okay, sometimes they just linger. Fair enough. I don't have time to waste. I'm gonna try setting it back to normal. It sounds like you'd rather be left alone. That's something I'd like to confirm with you once again. I don't have anything to say to you. Be that as it may, we still have questions that we need answers to. Now then, first of all, what is the overpowering smell that's permeating this room? Upon entering this room, I thought I was going to die. Suffocate. It's that ultra-strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it. I was having a bad time of it myself. I didn't think twice and opened the window, but that smell's still here. So the sweet scent in the air is perfume.
Well, it's giving off quite a stench. Bet some cheap no-name brand.
She said it's a famous brand from overseas.
It's a knockoff. Yes, definitely a knockoff.
Hey, Ollie! No disrespect, but cheap F. Hey, Ollie. I hope you had a good time with D&D. I made a really bad fuck up and I am trying to work around it. No disrespect, but come on, load the fucking oh my god, what is its deal? Well, thank you, follower. Thank you, Collie, for the follow. Why didn't that show up on the alert box? Oh, because the fucking I put the video window over the thing. Ah, that's my bad. Thank you, Collie, for the follow. So yeah, Ollie, I forgot to save last time. I'm working with a YouTube video to finish up episode 4 before starting episode 5. And it's just, as you can see, my internet is fantastic. Really, just no complaints. Fuck! Come on. Come on, boink, boink. Do it. Load. Start up. Maybe restarting the fucking window was the last thing I should do. Hit that yoinky splinky, indeed. Come on. Oh my god. I'm so good at my job. It would only be a job if I got paid for it. I mean, sometimes subs, but you know, meh. Is this just not gonna, oh my god. I have the fucking, I set the quality down to 360 and it's still being quite a little bitch. I'm just closing the window till it loads again, you know. What am I gonna do about it? I can't do anything about this, so I'm just gonna sit back, relax, and wait until it loads. Actually, wait. Wait, I think I've remembered something. Okay, shut up, Edge. You've had your chance. I'm cooking here. I'm cooking. Boink. Okay. Let's see. Boink. And it's okay. Boink. There we go. I remembered a similar thing happened when I was trying to stream the Game Awards. I think Edge just has a problem playing videos now if I'm streaming at the same time. Firefox doesn't have that problem though, so let's fucking go. Now where were we? Sounds like you'd rather be left alone. I do have something I'd like to confirm with you once again. I don't have anything to say to you. Be that as it may, we still have questions that we need answers to. Now then, first of all, what's that overpowering smell that's permeating this room? When I thought I was going to suffocate. I'm just still using... The only reason I'm still using it is because I haven't imported all my shit over from Edge. I'm lazy. So I'll get to it. Oh my god. It's that ultra strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it. I was having a bad time with myself. I didn't think twice and opened the window. But that smell's still here. Perfume? The sweet scent in the air is perfume.
That's giving off quite a stench. Bet it's some cheap no-name brand.
She said it's a famous brand from overseas.
It's a knockoff. Yes, definitely a knockoff.
No disrespect, but she forced one of those bottles on me. Here, little girl. You can have it.
I was born for a much more expensive and refined perfume. However, seeing as how you just happen to have a spare, I suppose I'll take it. Miles Edgeworth, you will hold on to this bottle without fail.
Ugh. Why can't she ever be honest about her wants? We got the funny perfume. And now we have the perfume Miss Yu wears. Fantastic. Is that all you want to talk about? If so, I'm going back to investigating. Actually, I still have a few things I wish to inquire about. Long pause, okay. So you were in this room the entire recess. Like I said, I made a call to the precinct to get that big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end in here.
At least your story is consistent.
Earlier you stated that you were in this lobby with Miss Yu. Yeah, I ran into her in the hallway. She said she wanted to talk to me about something, so we came in here. Then what you're saying is that Detective Gumshoe's arrival, until his arrival, you and Miss Yu were in different locations? Huh. Guess I am. Interesting.
Speaking of that lawyer, she's of a great dislike for you. Oh!
Let's see. Miss Yu is the sister of the victim of the KG-8 incident. And as I recall, Detective Bao was the lead detective on that case. The reason for this stain isn't simply because you failed to guard CC, but because you were the lead detective on the case. You knew? I also know that today's trial involving the Cadobian Embassy staff member is being referred to as the second KG-8 incident. Now then, Detective, I believe it's time you were honest with me and told me the truth behind your relationship with Miss Yu and Mr. Faraday, and the KG-8 incident. You already know that much. I guess it'd be alright to tell you. Alright, yeah, tell us. Now then, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the incident. Not exactly a happy story. Other than the people who were directly involved, you two will be the first to hear what I'm about to tell. The honest truth behind the KG-8 incident. Faraday, you and I. As you already know, we three were involved with the incident. Faraday and I were originally on the trail of smuggling ring. You mean the smuggling case involving one of the Amano Group's secretaries. The trial was just a front.
A facade?
Yeah, but the case became tainted. All because the witness who was going to testify about the Amano Group's ties to the smuggling ring, CCU, was killed. Then what became of the secretary who was arrested? His name was Colin Deveray. Oh, to be honest, the guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring. But he confessed to knowing about it anyway. Deveray was probably being intimidated by the big boss man. Just another scapegoat. The boss man of the Amano Group. You can't seriously mean Mr. Ernest Amano. That can't be right. It's probably just Detective Bad's personal hypothesis. What's he trying to do? Suspect Mr. Amano of being something or other? Also, yeah, I've had a card, yeah, but I finally put it on DD Droid, so now it's shared more often. So that's good, you know. It's probably just Detective Bad's personal hypothesis. What was he trying to do, suspecting Mr. Amano being involved with smuggling?
Suppose it would have been quite difficult to secure an acquittal after he confessed. But the man who killed CCU, Manny Cochin, was a completely different person. Since he's already been acquitted once of her murder. Mr. Faraday, how could you have let him go?
If I remember correctly, I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him. That wasn't Faraday's fault. It was mine. I wasn't vigilant enough. Faraday, CC. I was supposed to protect them both. Yes, you did mention that as well. About how Detective Vat was supposed to guard her sister. But even I was supposed to protect them. I fell into their trap.
What kind of trap?
The holes in this jacket are a testament to that trap. Oh. You mean you were fired upon? You mean that's not just a sick character design choice? No. Only about half of these are from that case. But the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself of the lessons I learned from the KG-8 incident. I see. Couldn't protect CCU. The suspect was found not guilty. We hit a brick wall, as far as the law was concerned. And that's when she came to the courtroom, the victim's sister. That's when I first met Callisto Yu.
Zay, how about you tell me a little bit more about that, relation then?
About when you first met Miss Yu. It was on the day the verdict of the KG incident was handed out, right? Yes, Faraday and I, we apologized to her from the bottom of our hearts. It was all we could do, but just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back, she said. And she gave me a hard slap across the face.
Well, she certainly had a lot of self-control to stop at just a slap. If it was me, not even 100 lashes would have been punishment enough.
I suppose not. You said it herself. That she never wanted to see either of us ever again. But after that, you've seen her many times over, correct? Yeah. Faraday and I, even after the KG-8 incident had come to a close, we continued to hunt down the smuggling ring and got involved in a variety of cases. But it was no use. We cracked so many different cases. But the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring. Is the ring really that big? It was in the pursuit of the ring that we met you once again. It was during another trial related to the smuggling ring. Faraday was the prosecutor, and I, as the lead detective, took to the witness stand. She appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney. Her client was related to the smuggling ring, and she was defending them? Yeah. You was pursuing the ring as best she could as a lawyer. I think she defended Rel this time, for the same reason. Come to think of it, Miss Yu did say something to the same effect.
I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG incident, alright?
And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer.
Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rel was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him. Ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. It doesn't matter what her reason is. Helping a criminal is just despicable.
You're so naive, little girl. I could have stolen this lollipop from you. That's how naive you are.
How dare you insult the daughter of Avant Karma?
Just like us, you felt that she had hit the limit of what the law could do. That's all. The law is merely a tool. There's no limit to it, only the skill. You two are still too young, but one day you'll know what I mean. But enough sidetracking. What matters is that we met you again, in pursuit of the smuggling ring. That's all. Alright, cool. Anyway, I was gonna ask you about Faraday earlier. Ethan seemed to know Kay fairly well. I met him when he was a rookie prosecutor. Known him ever since. Alright, enjoy dinner, Poke. Kay, I've known her since the day she was born. Faraday and I, we cracked quite a few cases together. But you two seem to have made no progress at all in the Atagarasu case.
Did we touch a nerve?
These two better watch their fucking tone. I've only one thing to say to you two. No one knew more about the Atagarasu than me and Faraday. That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial, to prove that Rel was not the real Yatagarasu. Which I would have done if he hadn't turned around and accused Faraday. After the accusation, I was asked to testify, but this time, prove or disprove the accusation. But I guess I won't be doing that either. Since there's more to that statement than meets the eye, it's a bit more digging into Yatagarasu is what's needed. You claim to know much about the Yatagarasu. Would you care to share what you know with me? What you two should be looking for right now is proof of murderous intent towards Faraday and Rel. I agree, which is exactly why I'm asking you about them. The KG-8 incident and the second KG-8 incident. Both of these cases are tied to the smuggling ring, and in both of these cases, the witness who was to testify about the ring was murdered. However, there is one point in which they differ, and that is the presence or absence of the great thief Yatagarasu. Mr. Rel claimed to be the Yatagarasu, however, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be it. Then, during the recess, they were both killed. Don't you find that to be the least bit odd?
Miles Edgeworth, stop beating around the bush and just spit it out already.
I believe that there must be some reason that the two men suspected of being the Yatagarasu were both killed at the same time. A reason, huh? So in order to catch their cold-blooded killer, I feel that I need to learn as much as I can about the Yatagarasu. If it'll help you solve this case, and I'll tell you the reason why we never caught them.
What's a numbers for? It supposed to be whipped you by accident.
Ugh! It still accidentally whipped me anyway. There are three main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, they always know the exact location of the target object. Second, they always know exactly how to disarm the security system. And third, Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. Ever! I see. So these are the Yatagarasu's special traits.
Sounds like an incredibly elusive thief.
The Yatagarasu has never been caught on tape, never tried to draw anyone's attention, and would never do something as lowbrow as commit murder. That's how I knew that Rel wasn't the real Yatagarasu right away.
But you can't use that sort of logic on its own to prove that he wasn't.
Listen, little girl, I'm not done talking yet. What's different about this time was that evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police, and the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Kadobian embassy, the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu sent the evidence? Until now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media, but not this time. The detective this time was something only Faraday and I and a select few others knew about. In that case, how can you be so sure it was the Yatagarasu that sent it? That's easy. A special card that only the Yatagarasu uses was attached. That's how I can be so sure. Just what sort of card was it? Here, take a look at this article. Whenever the Yatagarasu wants to publicize something, a white card is sent along with the stolen information. But when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was. That's how Detective Bad knew that Mr. Rel was a phony. Thank you very much. I have a better understanding of the Athagarasu now. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from today's trial over to you, so if you could please head over to the courtroom, it'd be much appreciated, sir. Understood. I'll be there right away. Am I going to play the sequel as well? Yes. Short answer, yes. I plan on it. I have the fan translation since it was never officially localized. However, like most things I do, it's not going to be immediately after this. I want to play a few different games in between 1 and 2, but I will get to it. So yeah, I will get around to it. Find the answer to that question is the only reason I'm still alive. I became a prosecutor to find the answer to that question myself, and to play a part in ensuring that all criminals everywhere are found guilty. Yo, judge from the back. Oh, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Guess His Honor is still a bit dispirited. For the first time today, I experienced what it's like to stand at the witness stand. I now have a greater appreciation for just how hard it is to give testimony.
Well, there's no reason for you to be all depressed about it, Your Honor. As a judge, no one expects you to think about anything other than the verdict.
Francisca, there is no need to further press His Honor.
I'm not trying to, Miles.
Your Honor, I've come to collect the evidence that was to be transferred to me. Your Honor, the evidence? Your Honor! Oh, you, yes, can I help you? I'd like to collect the evidence now, sir.
Your Honor? You think you could stay focused long enough to at least do your job?
Yes, I'm sorry. And I would, except the defense attorney has yet to arrive. He's busy with the investigation. So let's keep this brief, shall we? Very well. In that case, please confirm that all the pieces of evidence are present. Furthermore, the evidence that was used in the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel are also included. So please go ahead and use them in your investigation into their case. Understood, Your Honor. The pieces of evidence that were used in the murder of these two men would be a very good chance for me to find new leads in their case. Maybe even something that will finally lead me to the truth. I placed all the evidence over at the prosecutor's bench for you. I see. Thank you very much. I will go and confirm they are all accounted for. Let's go. Wow. So this is the evidence related to today's trial.
You mean the evidence bag that was on the table in lobby number 2, right?
Yes. Finally, we can now take a look at the evidence itself. Be sure to thoroughly examine them while we have the time. Hello, Adam. I lost my save, so we are just watching the end of this case, and I will go on to case 5. So, yeah. I'm just gonna keep telling this story, but shorter every time somebody comes in.
Agreed. I want to take a good look at all the evidence from the embassy murder, too.
Why is that?
Because I still don't fully understand what the trial's about.
Don't put your crop at me just because you don't know something.
And don't you try to order me around just because Papa chose you today.
I see someone is still sore about not being picked by Von Karma.
It's also real to see the knife up close.
The knife, the gun, an envelope, and what's that organizer doing here? Oh, that's right, I completely forgot to tell you. What, Your Honor? They found Mr. Faraday's personal organizer inside that bag of his. Detective Bad requested it to be passed along to you.
Bad said that? What a strange stroke of luck.
Well, never look a good horse in the mouth. We might as well flip through it too. Yeah, look at that shit. Let me take a sip. Quick look through the documents.
Well, I wasn't even afforded the opportunity to skim through it.
Well, she explained to you that. Okay, I'm slowing it back down. Come on, Jesus. On night of September 8th, an embassy staff member was killed in front of the embassy. The staff member died of shock due to being shot in the heart. Mac Rel was brought in that night as a suspect and thoroughly questioned, because the murder weapon was found on him, which he was arrested on the spot.
A simpleton of a man, that's what he was.
Perhaps he was, or wasn't the only incriminating evidence we had. Jarrell was caught in the act on film by a security camera.
He was an even bigger simpleton than I thought. I can't believe he didn't notice a security camera.
Adobe Embassy security system is supposedly very well designed. He may have simply not been aware there was a camera in the area.
So, have you seen the contents of the video for yourself?
Yes, the surveillance video the security camera took was played during the trial by Mr. Faraday. You can clearly identify Mr. Rell on it. Even the sound of the gunshot was crystal clear.
So the footage included sound, huh? I don't think I'd ever want to see the moment of someone's death in real life.
Me neither. Yeah. Mr. Faraday's organizer. It appears he was in the habit of using it.
It looks like he wrote his strategy for getting Mr. Rell convicted down in here.
Fanshaver should be able to prove that he was the one. It appears that Mr. Faraday honestly believed that Mr. Rell was the killer in the case. Evidence I can use to prove that Mr. Rell was the Yatigarasu. Proof that Mr. Rell was not the Yatigarasu. Or how he may try to play it, as long as I have the key, I can prove he's a phony. If I present it to him in court, it should clear everything up. And he apparently also had a very definitive piece of evidence. I hope this will finally bring it to an end. Yes, I believe Mr. Faraday was well prepared to discredit any claim Mr. Rell may have made about being the real Yatigarasu.
And he had a way to prove that Mr. Rell was the guilty party in the embassy murder.
This organizer is a clue straight from Mr. Faraday. I'll have to take my time and give it a thorough read later. I mean, do you though? We kinda just read through it. With these Ace Attorney evidences, that's really all they are.
Look, there's a picture stuck in between these pages here.
It appears to be a key.
And a rather ornate one of that. Just look at the design on the handle.
The craftsmanship is superb. Could this be the Yatigarasu's key Mr. Faraday mentioned?
Yatigarasu's key?
The badge said something earlier. We know about the we literally we just heard about this.
Mr. Faraday must have been trying to keep this secret key safe.
As the prosecutor on both the Yatigarasu and smuggling ring cases, that's to be expected. Yeah. See, a good thing about being on video is that I can just skip through the flashback stuff that happened 5 minutes ago. When the crime was reported, the responding police found Mr. Rell still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest.
And then this gun took the original shooter's life. How ironic.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything else we can learn from this piece of evidence. It's a knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday.
Who would have thought that it's a beautiful piece of art? It could be used for such a cruel act.
Ever cross your mind you use your riding crop for the wrong purposes? That's odd.
What is it?
Mr. Faraday didn't mention anything about a knife in his organizer.
That certainly is odd.
The weapon that was used to kill the Kadobian embassy staff member was the gun. But if that's the case, then where did the knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday come from?
Obvious, it was brought into the courthouse by Mr. Rell. It's the only logical conclusion, right?
It's not that easy to smuggle a weapon in here. Every person who enters the courthouse doors is checked thoroughly for contraband. Furthermore, the suspect was handcuffed, making it impossible for him to bring a knife as large as this inside.
In that case, how do you suppose this knife ended up inside the courthouse?
Well, fuck. I need to think carefully here. There is nothing related to the knife written anywhere in Mr. Faraday's organizer. However, it's a fact that this knife came from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. Conversely, there is one item listed in the organizer that no one has claimed to have seen today. In order to solve this mystery, you'll need to take another good look at it.
Miles Edgeworth, can I take the fact that you have yet to answer me to mean that you don't have an answer for me?
Actually, I do know the answer to this.
What? Then what is it?
One of the pieces of evidence we've been holding has been a secret of its own. And it was through this piece of evidence that the knife was brought into the courthouse. Let's take a sippy.
Take that!
It's Yatakarasu's key, Mr. Faraday mentions it as organizer. This is how the knife was brought into the courthouse.
You're not making any sense, Miles Edgeworth.
You seem to look a bit closer, Francisca, to see what I mean. Does the color and ornamentation of the key's handle remind you of anything?
They do remind me of the knife.
Very good. Both the Yatakarasu's key in this photo and the murderous knife have a unique design on their handles. Furthermore, even though Mr. Faraday mentioned the Yatakarasu's key, the only object we found at the crime scene was a knife.
You seriously mean to say?
It appears that you finally caught up. And yes, I do mean to say that these two pieces are in fact one and the same.
But that's impossible!
Even if that is what you believe, we should still investigate this possibility. Now then, let's examine this knife in a little more detail. Yo, the forensics that we can't fucking see. I'll skip around. Okay, so I don't have it set up so y'all can't see it, but like the knife, like, and the key, like, the handle like flips over to switch it from knife to key. I see now.
Frankly, I'm shocked.
Mr. Faraday only mentioned the key aspect of this piece in the organizer. It's possible even he had no idea the key was hiding a blade inside.
Only someone who knew about the key to the knife trick could have killed Mr. Faraday.
Mr. Faraday, you dumb fuck. Even among law enforcement, the key was top secret. We're looking for someone who knew about the key than even Mr. Faraday. Meaning the only person it could be is the one who set the key in the first place. Great thief Yatagarasu.
Mr. Ra really was the Yatagarasu, and he was the one who killed Mr. Faraday. Isn't that one possible scenario?
Not really, especially since Mr. Faraday was absolutely convinced that Mr. Ra was not the Yatagarasu. Besides, as Detective Bat said earlier, they have a calling card, and Rel had no idea what it was.
I see. Alright then, I guess the person who knows the trick behind this key is someone else, and that person is the real Yatagarasu.
Seems this key is truly the key to solving this case. Wrong. That's odd. We're short one piece of evidence. And the piece that's missing is the surveillance video that was played in court.
The surveillance video? How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go?
The video is showing the moment in which Mr. Rel committed the murder. Where could it have gone indeed? Are you done with your inspection of the evidence? Yes, I'm finished. However, Your Honor, I am missing a single piece of prosecutorial evidence.
Your Honor, are you derelict in your duties?
What? No, I dare not lick my duties. What do you take me for? No, Your Honor. The most important piece of evidence in today's trial, the surveillance video, is not among the evidence you laid out for me. I brought Mr. Faraday's whole bag with me from the crime scene. Maybe the tape is still somewhere at the crime scene. There's something wrong here. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear for me to finance my seek after pay another visit to the scene of the crime. Back to the lobby again. Oh shit, is that who I think it is? Detective Bad, but who was he with?
Never seen that officer before.
So did you find it? No, not yet, and I've looked everywhere. I see. Well then, please continue with the search. Understood. I'll continue the search. So you're the one running this show. Prosecutors like you shouldn't even be allowed at crime scenes. How dare you? Just who do you think you are? One hell of an introduction, just insults me and leaves. Great. What was that all about? Who was that man just now?
Whoever he was, I've never seen a more impudent officer in my life.
Welcome back, Poke. Does he even know that we're standing here right behind him? I know you're standing right behind me. What do you want, kids? Ah!
It's like you were paying attention after all.
Thank you, Beardo, for the follow. Of course I was. I have eyes in the back of my head. Also, that mirror isn't just for vanity's sake. It's for him to keep an eye on who or what is behind him at all times. So tell me, Detective Bat, who's that rude man just now? That guy who came in here from the Republic of Zengfa to study. He's Agent Lang. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. He's traveling the world to study different philosophies of detainment from scratch. By visiting various police departments around the world, there's a lot of dedication. He's still just a rookie cop, but since a strong grudge of some sort from him. The guy is more useful than Gumshoe, even if he is rude.
Well, he sure has a lot of guts for him to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time.
I agree, however, I could think of one young lady that statement also applies to. Anyway, what's that agent looking for, Detective Bad?
Earlier, that little girl was poking around lobby number 1.
Like I said before, it's nothing to do with the two of you. I highly doubt that it has nothing to do with me. Fine, if this is the game I must play, I will take this opportunity to draw out what he's been hiding and what happened in the room straight from him. TV. I'm just gonna take it sippy. I've already read this part. Just let the video play. It's impossible to edit. Oh wait, yeah, I've seen that. Call her short. Earlier, you were in lobby number 1, now you're here in lobby number 2. You're quite the busy man, Detective Bad. Multiple returns to a crime scene brings about success, as we detectives say. I see. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I asked you about what happened, correct? I don't have anything left to say to you, boy. Boy? You'll see, I will draw my answer from you one way or another.
Would it kill you to help us even a tiny bit in our investigation?
Yes, I gave Faraday's notebook to the judge earlier. That's help enough, don't you think?
Yeah.
Please, we're asking you for just a bit more of your cooperation. Don't push me, kid. I'd like to ask once again about what happened around here at the time of the crime. I refuse to answer. Any more investigating you do would be a waste of time. Besides, how am I supposed to answer questions about things I don't know about?
Things you don't know about? Aren't you supposed to know everything?
He should. Wait, is it possible? Maybe he doesn't know the trick behind that piece of evidence. Let's try showing it to him. It may prove to be the key to getting some answers from Detective Bad. Do it. Did you know the existence of the item in this photograph? Of course I did. It's my job to know everything related to the Yatagarasu case. In that case, let me ask you something. Did you know that the knife that killed Mr. Faraday and the key are one and the same? What? That's impossible!
Looks like he didn't know after all.
The piece of evidence, which we call the Yatagarasu's key, is actually the Yatagarasu's keyblade. Mr. Faraday was planning to use this to prove that Mr. Rell was not the real Yatagarasu. Isn't that correct? I guess so. However, Mr. Faraday had no idea that it was in fact a knife. I have to admit, neither one of us knew that fact. Neither of us knew. And no one in law enforcement knew either. How we missed something as big as this? I noticed that since a little while ago, you appear to be searching for something. Presume that this key is what you were searching for? Yeah, that's right. And why were you searching for it? Because I promised Faraday. I promised that I'd protect that key with my life. But after he was killed, the key disappeared from Faraday's evidence bag. Who would have thought that the key is what took Faraday's life? Long, dramatic pause. Detective Bad, so that we may find the truth, please testify for me once more. All right. It doesn't matter how many times I tell you about what happened. Nothing will change. Detective Bad, I ask that you please testify once more about what happened in lobby number 2 and what you experienced in lobby number 1. The answer is still the same, and this is the last time I'm going to do this. That's fine, because I only need this one last time to clear it all up and find the truth behind this case. I was in lobby number 1, talking with you. We were talking about trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene. When we heard it, you and I immediately went out there. I found Gumshoe goofing out around, and then we all ran to lobby number 2. I feel we have yet to draw out all the information that we can. Go, go, go!
Hold it!
I was hoping you could expand on what exactly you were discussing with Miss Yu. Trivial stuff, nothing important. That's for me to decide. Alright, I suppose it's for him to decide. Moving on then.
Hold it!
Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary? I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot. If Detective Bad heard really was the one from the murder, that would give that other piece of evidence an entirely different meaning. I should please amend your testimony with that statement just now. Sure. I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot.
Hold it!
Detective Bad, you honestly don't remember hearing anything else? Yeah. Is it possible you were so involved in your conversation that you missed something? Been a detective for a long time, and even if I were involved in something, I've got quite the habit of keeping tabs on everything that goes on around me. If there had been some other strange sound, you can be sure I would have heard it. Suppose with this detective, that's probably very likely. So the gunshot. When we heard it, you and I immediately dashed out into the hallway together. Hearing any sounds were like gunshot.
Objection!
Guess what, bitch? It was a balloon! Same color as the one Kay was holding.
Oh, so you knew about that girl's balloon?
Yeah, I was sitting with her up in the gallery. During the recess, just before we split up, I filled that balloon up for her. Well, as you may have already surmised, the piece did indeed come from Kay's balloon. So, what about the balloon? Originally, I remember hearing this balloon pop at some point. Talker censoring Gumshoe. Oh my god, yeah. How much is Gumshoe packing? Don't answer that. What are you getting at? This fragment was found in the hallway, right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, they took my dick, sir! It was the sound of this balloon popping. Oh, so the sound that the judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh?
On top of that, his honor said that he heard the balloon pop about 20 minutes before the trial was about to reconvene.
You can't blame me for this rubbish. Ollie brought it up. with the censoring. Yes, which means that his honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway when you were in lobby number 1. And if you were in lobby number 1 at that time, you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well. So? What? Don't give me a so!
This proves there's a flaw in your testimony.
The cracking of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivete cracking. And since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Did you ever stop to think about why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged? That's because they're designed to keep secrets from being leaked.
Hold it! Well, what is that supposed to mean?
Doors and walls are super thick. Window panes are double layered. Top it all off, even the curtains are made of a special sound-absorbent material. Yo, I could use those. For voice acting stuff, because I was talking with my boyfriend the other day about, like, my audio stuff, and, like, he knows a lot more about that stuff than I do. And he taught me a few tricks that I can use to make my audio quality in my videos a bit better. I'll definitely be using those next time I get into making that next essay, which should be sometime in January. Like I said, I'm not planning any more this year. Anyway, I keep pausing. Let me stop. So I was shut up in lobby number 1. There was no way I could have heard that sound.
No!
Ugh! I knew that's what I was going to say.
It That means that Scruff-Face's testimony is completely useless. The rooms are soundproof, and of course he wouldn't hear any signs of a struggle.
Ugh. That's also why it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon popping. Now do you get it, kids?
Miles, I thought we were supposed to be the ones finding flaws in his logic, not the other way around.
The other way around? Possibly hear sound of balloon popping if it were... But now if we examine the situation in reverse, you're saying in the hallway we should not be able to hear the gunshot either. Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad, if that is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshot? What do you mean, how? Just did. Here, you have yet to realize a contradiction in your own words. Oh? How so? If the rooms are soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot enter your ears? I see what you mean. I got some more out of it from Verity's murder than I thought.
Which means exactly what, Miles? Yeah, what does that boil down to?
It boils down to this. There must be a reason as to how Detectives Bad and Gumshoe were a gunshot they theoretically couldn't have.
So we need to examine the state of the crime again, huh?
Yeah, crimes? Wait, B? Yeah. You cannot physically be this gay, yeah. These bitches gay, even before they met. Where did it go? Oh, we're doing logic stuff. Oh. Luckily, this mechanic you only need the top screen for, so that's good. There's like a shining example of the perfect line. Oh, okay, you just got that wrong. Wow. Skill issue. It's been not possible for the killer to escape through the windows, yet the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Of course, corporeal things can move freely between these open windows. Sounds like a skill issue to me. True, true, true. Very loud television, open windows, connect. Alright, good. Now then, what else besides a smell can go both in and out of an open barred window? Enter a sound! So no matter how careful the killer was, the windows were open, the jig will be up. Since the windows in both defendant lobby 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations. Gotcha, bitch! The missing piece of evidence is a video. It shows the moment in which Mr. Bell killed the embassy staff member. The gunshot left quite an impression on me when it played during the trial. It should have been returned to Mr. Farida's bag for the recess. And brought back here. If it disappeared after that time, it's possible the tape is still here in this room. Eureka! The evidence that the missing evidence created for me is the gunshot sound no one should have been able to hear in the first place.
Miles, what have you been thinking about? Are you on crack? Stop wasting time thinking and let's start looking again.
No waste of time to think, for I figured out where we should look.
Where would that be?
I believe we should examine the television. TV. Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like. Yeah, investigate. It's a video player. There seems to be a videotape inside.
Looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end.
This tape could not be the missing surveillance tape.
I suppose, but...
That's too bad. Would it be alright if I verified this surveillance video? Sure, knock yourself out.
Alright then, let's rewind and see what we have.
If I remember correctly, the footage of Rel killing the embassy staff member should be at about the 30-minute mark from the start of the tape. Understood? This should be about right. Now then, let's see.
This is the footage of Mr. Rel shooting the staff member.
surveillance video was here all along. Sound. What's the meaning of this? It appears as if the bad figured out the true source of the gunshot. So we can figure out the trick behind this double murder.
You figured it all out then?
Yes, all I have to do now is show what the gunshot detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from.
Fine. In that case, show me what you deduced.
Boy, you heard it. Okay, come on. Just with this building viewing lobby number 1, if the windows were open, a piece of evidence's sound would also dissipate out. Show it the gunshot the detectives heard through where they heard it from. Heard it. There. Where's it connected to?
Eureka!
The video? Yeah, that tracks. If there were no windows to the crime scene, namely this room that when we're obscured, the killer could have used the gun, no one would have been the wiser.
That's true. This courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were.
What happened in reality was that the Gumshoe, Bad, and you, all 3 of them heard the gunshot.
Well, the windows in lobby 1 and 2 in the hallway were open, so naturally the people in these locations could hear it.
Ah, but then why would the criminal open the window in the first place?
To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose.
Correct. That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this.
Why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction.
Very well. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. Manipulate our perception of, I would say, the time, right? Yeah, the time. The killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise wishes. And he used a gunshot in the surveillance video to do so.
So that's why the tape was left running.
You mean the gunshot I heard was from this video? Yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. Must have been during the recess, but Detective Gumshoe was on duty, so no alibi for that time period, and planned this crime out in advance. That person is the real killer. Short fucking investigation. Also, they're very generous with the health recoveries. Mr. Edgeworth! Yes, what is it? Sue is asking for you. She's in the courtroom. She's identified the murderer, but she wants to clarify something.
Looks like Miss Yu is still investigating.
Understood. Please tell her that I will be right over. I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to say. It would appear the time has come to uncover the truth. Yo, to be continued. There's still like 40 minutes left on this video, so yeah, this is the last part of this fucking case. Woo! I really only had an hour left of gameplay. And because I didn't save last time. Oof. Hey, girl. Hey, what are you doing here? Oh, shit.
Oh, hello, mister. I'm still investigating.
But the object you're looking for is already... Hold it! Okay, don't mind him. Please continue with your investigation.
Okay, you got it.
Detective Bad, haven't we already found what you were looking for? It just means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer. Any little task will do.
Oh, you're more sympathetic than I thought. I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth.
I've also been waiting, which we can finally lay this case to rest.
Which we can finally lay this case to rest. Wasn't that when we placed Detective Gumshoe under arrest? I think we've more than solved this case already. Don't you?
Yeah, so I will be able to do the final episode because I downloaded I downloaded a complete save file in one of my attempts to try and get to the part of the episode that I left off on. But this game doesn't have a detailed select. It just starts from the episode that you select when you select it, so. I will be playing episode 5, basically, yes. But, yeah, I'm just watching the rest of this because I don't want to have to replay through stuff I've already done on stream.
We'll see. It all depends on whether or not your logic holds. Oh, I see you even have a viewer in the gallery. Why, even Mr. Bad is here. A viewer in the gallery? I'm hardly just a bystander.
I have a duty. See this case through to the end. No matter how it turns out.
Oh, is that right? Anyway, I thought you might like to hear it. I've slaved away to find out. Taking statements on every single person's movements during the time when our suspect was in the hallway. I also confirmed that there is no possible route of escape from lobby number 2. Therefore, the killer must be without a doubt Detective Gumshoe.
That's all you have?
That's all there is to my conclusion and this case.
Sorry, but I beg to differ. In the trial, there is always time for a rebuttal, and we are standing in a court of law. It'd be more than appropriate to follow the rules of the court in this case, don't you think?
Absolutely like a rookie to think such a thing. But alright, I'll play along.
If my logic is correct, I've already won. All I can do now is to prove it by showing who the real killer is. Get him, get her, Edgy.
Everyone,
Sans, the subject, Sans, has an alibi for when the gun went off.
furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? I also confirmed there is no possible escape route from lobby number 2. Which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion. Detective Gumshoe is the killer. Now that you have your testimony, I expect a rebuttal, Mr. Edgeworth.
But of course, there is no need to confront her logic head on right now. So focus on drawing a trump card she has up her sleeve.
Hold it!
Suspect? But I thought Detective Gumshoe's alibi had already been proven.
He's joking, Edgeworth.
Sans does mean no. They were right with Sans. It's just that that's also the funny skeleton word. I assure you, this is no joke.
Look, I know you heard from the judge earlier that the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Faraday's daughter eating a Swiss roll.
Yes, that is correct.
But see, that was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off, right? And the problem is there's no one else who can corroborate what he did since the snacking.
She's done her research as well. Which means that I should focus on drawing out whatever trump card she's withholding.
Furthermore,
Yeah, I've read this. Come on. Taking a sip. Whether they have been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide.
the scrunched eyebrows and the lines on your forehead say it all. Anyway, even if you believe it hasn't been exhausted, the crime scene has no other way out than the hallway Detective Gumshoe was standing in. And because he claimed to be there, makes him the only possible suspect.
Is it also possible someone escaped through the window and into the garden?
That's the first place everyone looks, silly. The police aren't a bunch of lazy bums.
Sure.
They look into every possibility, you know.
Even with this increased speed, I will still slander the police when necessary. There wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows. There also weren't any footprints or anything in the courtyard garden. I suppose they really did check everything that they could to be relevant to the case. No possible escape route.
Hold it!
You know, maybe I should press more often, because, like, we're getting a lot more, like, dialogue. Are you absolutely positive there are no possible routes of escape?
Of course, I'm sure.
And why are you so certain?
This is a courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. If there were an escape route, I'm pretty sure every criminal will be using it to escape. It's just common sense. Miles Edgeworth, I suggest you use a bit more of it in the future.
Oh! Which leaves us with the conclusion that Detective Gumshoe is the killer.
Hold it!
Fuck off.
You may think it's unshakable, but to me, there's still too many unanswered questions. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand?
You're the only one still wondering that. Detective Gumshoe probably had no idea which hand Mr. Faraday used to write with. If you know someone, it doesn't mean you'll know which hand they write with, right? I mean, I certainly don't care about that sort of thing.
I'm not about to let her get a rise out of me with such a flippant statement. Suppose we've finally reached the end now. I already have my trump card ready. All that remains is to play it. Before I do, you should inquire into a little something about her argument. You said earlier you confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect. But I don't recall either Francisco or myself speaking about you with that subject.
Ah, but there were witnesses. For you, there is your mentor. As for little Missy, she came to the courthouse during the recess. I was stopped by a security guard at the door of the hallway. He gave him quite a whipping for that, or so I heard. I'm the daughter of Manfred von Karma, and I will not be forcibly stopped by a guard or a bailiff or anyone else.
Wait, so basically the only reason Francisca bothered to show up today was because she found out that I was to be the replacement prosecutor? By the way, Missy, what about everyone that alibis before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty?
What about them?
Have you looked into what people were doing during that span of time?
What kind of idiot do you take me for? Doesn't matter when the killer went into lobby number 2. From the time we heard the gunshot, from the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on the scene as we dashed from lobby number 1, the only person who could have committed the crime was Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, let's talk about when you and Detective Bad heard that gunshot, shall we? If we go by your logic, Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, what if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when that gunshot you heard went off? What then? That gunshot was a trap meant to manipulate our perception of when the crime took place.
Sadly, your explanation is very lacking, Edgeworth. The gunshot we heard in lobby number 1 could explain how it could have been fabricated.
Take that!
The video...
Tape?
Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. This is the survival tape. The surveillance tape. Surveillance tape of Mr. Rell, the prosecution presenting today's trial. This was downloaded in the player that connected to the large television that had its volume turned all the way up.
It honestly made it the sound was heard in the gunshot in the video.
But I do. Which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone heard the gunshot. That's the only thing I can think of, too. After committing double homicide, the killer took the surveillance video out from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag, turned the television volume all the way up, and left the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we now know that this method of time manipulation is possible, there was the possibility the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe.
Sounds for television don't amount to much here. But of course, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth and Little Miss Von Karma already knew that much from the very beginning, right? Of course we knew, didn't we, Miles?
Yes, of course, we know about the soundproof quality of this courthouse's rooms. Of course, I'm not about to admit we had no idea until a little while ago.
That's right. And if the rooms were soundproof, we should not have been able to hear it. And yet, we heard the gunshot clear as day.
Okay, and?
And that's it. End of story.
But it's not. How should I explain why she was able to hear a gunshot from a soundproof room? The window was open, right? Yeah. There is actually one common point between lobby 1 and 2. And it is despite the fact that both rooms have the air conditioning, the window was open in each. Now we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, a window in lobby 1 was also open.
It's probably just coincidence that they were both open at the time.
It was no mere coincidence, I assure you. Why was the window open in lobby number 1? The answer is that a certain person did something to cause the window to be open. To trigger the action, that person is the real guilty party. The real killer in this double murder is...
Take that!
It's you! It's Callisto you! I hereby formally indict you for the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell.
What? You indict me? Are you serious, Miles? Why do you think she is the killer?
I don't understand her motive just yet, but of course I'm serious. Because she's the only one who could have done it. Well, Miss you, You still feel like laughing now?
Of course I do, Edward.
It must not be tight enough yet.
Although I never thought things would spiral into this. I'll have you know I'm enjoying this dance quite a bit. I guess this means it's time for my own rebuttal now, right?
Go on, girl. Fight for your life.
You argued that the window was open. However, do you have proof that it was I who did that? Furthermore, do you have proof that the tape was used in committing the crime? Frankly, I'm shocked at you going around accusing people of murder like this. Your logic is full of holes as yours.
This is where it really starts. Let's let my guard down for even a second. Now is the time to put the patented Von Karma perfect proof to the test.
Hold it!
I don't think we have proof of that yet. Evidence? All you need to do is have some prints analyzed and we know straight away. Oh, true.
Be my guest.
Sounds as though she has the room to maneuver. Which means, even if we were able to lift prints, they'd only show there was someone else. Why that someone else was forced to open the window? Simple logic. Why don't I try presenting that piece of evidence? I have nothing to lose.
What's wrong? Scrunch eyebrows on your forehead. They're all back. More importantly, you're gonna be okay not running a fingerprint analysis.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll just continue my testimony, alright?
Proof of the tape. I thought I just proved that it was.
Sure, you proved that the tape was there at the scene of the crime. However, that doesn't prove it was actually used in said crime.
Fortunately for you, Miss Yu, the fact that the tape was there at the crime scene is in itself very important. The very existence of that tape at the crime scene, it proves the possibility that the when of the crime could have been fabricated. That possibility alone renders all alibis and witness reports irrelevant. Basically, it means that we will need to re-examine every person's movements again. Whether the tape was used in the crime or not, that we can re-evaluate afterwards.
To conclusion, you're admitting that you can't prove that...
Fucking hell.
To conclusion, you're admitting that you can't prove that it was at this point.
I guess, yeah.
Hold it!
Even if you're shocked, that is of no concern to me. I do things my own way.
I see that you're not laughing for a change. Because I'm shocked.
And you being shocked is of no concern to me. Continue with the testimony.
But let me just say this. You shouldn't go around accusing people.
Because your logic is full of holes as yours. Now that's just mean.
Hold it!
Full of holes? Well, I suppose it might be.
Oh, admitting to your faults now, are we?
At this point in time, which is what I meant to say.
You mean you're just a sore loser?
Or how full of holes my logic may be right now. If I plug them one at a time, I will ultimately make my way to the truth.
What a paradox. Take care of not falling in one of those holes before you fill it up. Miles, you remember, don't you? Why a window in lobby number 1 was opened?
Yes, of course I do. That's how I'll attack. What's the reason why the window had to be opened? Hey, Garrick. Let me stretch out my back.
Objection!
And, yeah, here's the perfume. Die. I'm sure you've seen this before, haven't you, Miss Yu?
Edgeworth, I never knew you were into wearing that kind of perfume. It's not exactly what I'd recommend for boys, you know?
Hey, I mean, he can wear it if he wants. Come on now. This isn't mine!
That's alright, it's mine. And I received it from Detective Badge, you see.
Miss Yu, you can pretend all you like, but we know at least this much for sure. That this bottle of perfume was given to Detective Bad by you.
Because it gets really strong really fast. So, what about the perfume?
You in lobby number 1, you made this big show of spilling some of this perfume. That's according to Detective Bad.
Oh, I know.
You also knew that if you spilled it, he would naturally move to open a window.
Come now, I've already told you it's all just a big coincidence. After we opened the window in lobby number 1, I just left it open, you know? So maybe it was just dumb luck that we heard the gunshot through the window.
The timing of when you were going to spill the perfume is something you could control. And the most important fact about this case is when people were made to hear the shots. Furthermore, it would have been pointless. You didn't have an alibi for yourself at the time. You mean, Monsieur, you were the one who called Detective Bad in lobby number 1. We saw him bring Detective Gumshoe in the hallway. Isn't that correct? All today's premeditated events could have only been thought of by you, Miss Yu!
You accuse me of murder on the fact that I spilled a little perfume. Well, allow me to say this much. I couldn't have killed Mr. Faraday.
Would you care to testify as to why?
Look, I've had a lot of fun today, really, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse.
That means you did it.
Well, let's make this to the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all.
If they're trying to dodge, that means they did it. You're just digging your own grave.
Accusing someone of murder over a bit of spilled perfume. I suppose forgery of evidence to be accepted from...
Damn, hold on.
I suppose forgery of evidence to be expected of a disciple of Von Karma.
Damn, get her. In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday.
After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from. Miles, her testimony is flawless.
Yes, but no matter what sort of trick she may try to pull, she won't escape me. If I'm lacking information, I'll just draw it out of her. I mean, this is apparently the last testimony, so yeah, that is this is that part. This is the part where they kill you.
Hold it.
I think I already explained the significance of that earlier.
Really confirmed that I did spill some perfume, but that's all. That you would accuse me of murder based... Don't you dare complain when I sue you for defamation of character.
Do as you like.
But as for me, I believe. You believe?
I believe that you are the true culprit in this case.
My, you're enthusiastic. Of course I should have guessed. But I suppose forgery of evidence to be expected of a disciple of Von Karma.
Hold it.
I formally request you desist in your attack against my mentor.
Yes, I will sue you for defamation. All I'm doing is telling the truth. Maybe more like spreading gossip. Although your adamant denials are, shall we say, just adding fuel to the fire.
How dare you?
Say such a thing.
Calm down, little girl. Don't let her get to you.
Oh, why'd you have to ruin my fun? Well, shall I continue? In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday.
Hold it.
And why exactly could you not have killed him?
I was just about to testify to that. You're such an impatient little bitch. I'm not really into that, you know.
Your preferences have no bearing on what is at hand.
We're a little uncomfortable, are we? Miss you will desist in this tomfoolery and return to your testimony. And Miles, if you're going to lose your cool, then I won't show you any mercy.
Sorry. Monsieur, please continue with your testimony.
Sure. As I was saying, I couldn't have possibly killed Mr. Faraday. After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from.
Hold it.
At this rate, she'll inevitably escape. If she was really the one who killed Mr. Faraday, she must have known about the existence of the knife. I'm sorry, Miss Yu, but maybe you weren't aware. However, that knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday was taken from his evidence bag.
Miles, what do you think you're doing?
I'm drawing the truth out of her. That's what I'm doing.
Huh? I don't recall a knife being presented at the trial earlier today.
Well, I suppose that's because the evidence was something Mr. Faraday had yet to use.
Ah, so that's what you were trying to do. Look, why don't you cut it out with the lies? I've already figured you out. There was no knife inside Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. The only evidence he had yet to present was the key the Atagarasu had sent. Now, unless a key can magically turn into a knife, you really don't have a leg to stand on. Did you really think you could trap me? Come now, be honest.
I never intended to do such a thing. It's all a misunderstanding on my part. In any case, I wonder if you might have penned what you said to your testimony.
Sure, why not?
Oh shit, that was a...
Sure, why not? I'll even say it as many times as you like. There was a key in his evidence bag, but you can't kill anyone with a simple key.
Objection.
Miss Yu,
I wonder if you might take a look at this photo for me.
look at this graph. However, while it may look like a key at first glance, it in fact has a secret ability to transform into a knife, which is what was inside Mr. Faraday's bag was the Yatagarasu's keyblade. You knew that the keyblade was inside Mr. Faraday's bag, did you not?
Yes.
Well, with the Yatagarasu's key alone, it's more than possible to kill Mr. Faraday. Do you understand now? Just knowing of the existence of the Yatagarasu's key.
I still haven't had a good look at it. Showing it to me from that far away, you could be lying for all I know.
What even now? Still feign ignorance?
I'm not feigning anything. We can't have you accusing me of a crime of false evidence, now can we? I mean, Mr. Von Karma, I've heard some very interesting rumors about him. You mocking my papa?
Don't you dare sully the good name of my mentor. Take a good look. This evidence is more than real.
Wow, who knew there was such a trick to this thing?
Are you satisfied now? But of course, you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? You knew that the knife and the Yatagarasu's key are one and the same. Otherwise, someone like you, who isn't a member of law enforcement, and who would never have been privy to this trick, would have never known about it to begin with. Furthermore, something that the Yatagarasu sent to the police. How did you have knowledge as to what it was?
Actually, I heard it from Mr. Faraday. Just before he dragged Mr. Rell off, he told me. That's right, I almost forgot. He also told me about the key turning into a knife at that time, but he didn't tell me about how the key actually transformed.
What you're saying is simply not possible.
Oh, and why not?
Because Mr. Faraday himself didn't know about the hidden key with the knife within the key. Yeah, go back. For within these pages, he mentions nothing about a knife.
I'm not sure he would have written everything in his organizer, you know? But something of this importance would be better left to oral communication.
Unfortunately, that's also impossible. Because Detective Bad didn't know about the knife aspect either. Would have been highly classified information, even within the police force. And is something that even the lead detective on the case didn't know. Why would Mr. Faraday have felt the need to share such information with the opposition?
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't have much of a reason to. Looks like I gave a pretty lame excuse, huh?
How can you laugh at a time like this?
She probably just realized a flaw in her logic and is actually in a panic over it. That's not something we need to concern ourselves with.
Suppose you're right. Miss Yu, I'd like to state that I also know how you know the real nature of the knife.
Do you now? Well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and show me?
Oh, I will, and I'll wipe the smile off your face by the time we're through. This is it, the moment of truth, the secret behind the key. Only one person would have had knowledge of it from the get-go. Who would have known from the start the Yatagarasu's key could change into a knife? Manfred von fucking Karma, dude. Nah, it's the Yatagarasu.
Take that!
There's only one person who could have known about the dual nature of the key.
And that is?
That is the person who sent the Yatagarasu's key to the police. That is to say, the Yatagarasu herself.
They say this lawyer is the great thief Yatagarasu.
Miss Yu, understand Miss Rao. You used Miss Rao to lure Mr. Ferreira into a trap, didn't you? You possess him. You profess to bear a grudge against criminals. Why? Why do something like this? Oh, she's losing it.
Who would have thought that you, a stupid rookie prosecutor, would see through me? You're sending the biggest chill down my spine right now, Edgeworth. This feeling of thrill. It's even greater than when I sneak into someplace.
You killed Faraday? Why? Answer me! Callisto Yu!
Callisto Yu? That's not my real name. Because my real identity is, yes, the great thief Yatagarasu. Let me tell you something, Edgeworth. Mr. Faraday is one difficult man to deal with. For you see, he discovered my true identity, and I discovered his. He was Luca from Bayonetta, which is why I had to erase him from the word of the law. I made Rel an offer. All I had to do was accuse Mr. Faraday of being the Yatagarasu in court. But once we entered the recess, Rel was dragged off by Mr. Faraday, which threw my plan to a complete mess. I chased after them and eavesdropped on them through a crack in the door. But Rel caves to only two things, money and authority, just as all thugs do. Big pause. I feared my plan was going to be ruined if Mr. Faraday held on to Rel any longer. Plus, if I had let them continue on the way they were, I would have been found out. That's why I had no choice. I had to kill them both.
But didn't you say that you despised criminals?
But do I really?
You. Have you forgotten about the KG8 incident too?
Maybe. What sort of woman would...
So then, was it your plan to kill Mr. Faraday with the very evidence that you sent?
I had a good idea of what Mr. Faraday was trying to do. I anticipated that Mr. Faraday was going to prove that Rel wasn't the Yatagarasu, using this key as evidence, and they would bring it with him. That's why I thought he used the knife portion. The weapon as well disguised as this, no one would be the wiser. Because who in the right mind would think something like this could be a weapon? I casually entered lobby number 2 with the pretext I had to talk with Mr. Faraday in order to get with him, then to be worried about something. And let me hold the key. He never noticed that I changed the key into a knife inside that plastic bag. And he didn't have the chance to take note of the knife that took his life.
Hey, Tap. We are at the near end of a case right now. I'm doing it on video because I lost my save file. But we're finding a great thief of some sorts, it seems. We are discovering. We are finding guilty. I don't fucking know the words. Ace Attorney.
At the very least, I have to give him a quick and painless death.
If you killed Mr. Faraday first, there was no need for you to kill Mr. Rel as well.
I believe I mentioned why when we were placing Director Gumshoe under arrest. Something about having accidentally created an eyewitness. And how that led the killer to think about setting them up as though they killed each other.
And the trick of the surveillance tape.
Because I hadn't actually planned to use a gun. The risk was too high that I'd be caught. However, that's when I remembered the existence of that surveillance tape. Which is why I had Rel help me set up the crime scene. And after all was said and done, I rewarded him for all his hard work with a bullet.
You, the defense attorney, aren't you? How could you betray a client?
Client? If you want to talk about who was a client of whose first, it was me. I was the client in the murder of the Cadobian Embassy staff member, Dyed Man.
You ordered a hit job?
You still haven't figured it out, Mr. Bad. I had Dyed Man killed because he was about to give away info about the smuggling ring. Who would benefit from an assassination?
It can't be. You're...
That's right. I'm a member of the smuggling ring.
What? How could this? You don't mean you're working with Manny Cochin too, do you?
Maybe, maybe not. Guess you'll never know. Yatagarasu claims to be noble, but you're just another cold-blooded murderer. That's right, little girl. Yatagarasu is just another killer.
Be quiet! Yatagarasu! You can run from the law, but you'll never escape it. So just humbly accept the judgment of this court. It literally is a skill issue. He was so set up for death and it was in his fucking name. Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is?
No, well, let me tell you. It means the Yatagarasu has more than one razor-sharp way to do her work.
Oh!
You really are too naive, Headsworth. Even handed the Yatagarasu's key right to me without a second thought. And now for my neutral special, I wield a gun. Everything may not have gone according to plan, but I'll still gladly take it. You mean
That key was your real target?
even if I gave you such great advice? Didn't I tell you to always keep a good eye on a criminal? We may regret what comes of your negligence.
You two, get down!
Ah!
Ugh, my body. I can't move.
Hey, mister! To your right!
Edgeworth, you okay? Are you alright, Francisca?
I'm perfectly fine, Miles.
Voice is shaking. But it looks like she's unharmed. Where'd Kay go? That's a gunshot. What's the dealio? Sorry, but it looks like she got away. I called the precinct. They should have a perimeter set up soon. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm okay. I just got another hole in my jacket. Say he's fine, but he looks quite shaken. More importantly, Mr. Edgeworth, Miss Von Karma, are you too hurt?
I'm absolutely fine.
I'm also alright, thanks to Kay. Speaking of Kay, where is she? I don't know, she just sort of disappeared. I'll go look for her. Oh, and hey, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Detective Bad, sir. I'm sorry I doubted you. Don't worry, sir. It's not your fault. Well, I lied to you guys too, after all. I heard about what happened. Okay. Lying while giving testimony is still unforgivable. But in this case, you were protecting Kay and her feelings. Looks like you just might have what it takes to be a real detective. Don't you ever lose that detective spirit, okay? You got it, Pops!
Pops? Watch what you made detective dramas recently, have we?
You single-handedly destroyed the cheery atmosphere with one snarky comment. I should get back to the investigation. I swear, I'll catch you if it's the last thing I do. I mean the person you. I don't mean I'll catch you, Edgeworth. You know what I mean. I'm going. Maybe we'll run into each other again someday. Maybe in the sequel. Maybe in the next case. I don't know. I've never played this game. So, thanks a bunch, pal. You're the best. Really didn't find out the truth behind everything. Yes, well, I'm glad we solved everything before you were taken to prison. I'm still fucking sad. I can't believe how much trouble I caused you with my testimony, Detective Gumshoe. Oh, it was no problem, really. I mean, I lied too, so I didn't help anything. It's not really your fault, Your Honor.
Well, even if we didn't have His Honor's testimony, I think that lawyer would have found another way to get you convicted on her behalf.
Yeah, I can't believe I was about to get fired during my first week as a detective. Well, so long as you're not fired, you should work hard, give all that you have, and perform your duties well. Oh, and one more thing. Kay left a present for you with me. You did? Oh! What is it? What was it that Kay left me? Proof of their friendship. It was the, let me see. No. It was a fucking Swiss roll, baby! It's the courthouse special Swiss roll! Can I really have it? It's a present meant for you, after all. Thanks a bunch! You have no idea how happy this makes me, pal. I'm gonna eat this right now! Sure, go ahead. This was Detective Gumshoe and Kay fought together. But one case they've never reached her father. It would appear that her sentiments have touched the heart of this detective.
So happy, it's as though he's having a welcome back celebration of his own.
I was asked by Kay to give it to him. Whoa, that was good, pal. Can't believe I got to eat 2 of these delicious things in one day. It's like I'm in Swiss roll paradise or something. We've been spending most our lives, you know? I gotta thank Kay myself. Oh, wait, where is she? I just noticed now. Was his mind not present earlier? Detective Bad left to go search for her earlier. Maybe you should go join him. Yeah, you betcha, pal. I'm gonna go help him. Oh, but first, what, pal? I guess I shouldn't be so rude to you anymore, huh? I'm gonna stick right by your side from now on, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Hell yeah, hell yeah. That's something of a most troublesome relationship from this ominous statement.
We should go home, Miles, to hurry and report what has happened to Papa.
Agreed. Well, I'm afraid we must be going now, Detective. Roger, sir. And don't you worry. I'll investigate the next case we're on real well. I'll be counting on you. The trouble is definitely in the air. Just like a bad dream, my first outing at court came to a disturbing end. A few months later, I was finally able to properly stand in court as a prosecutor. But the detective in charge of the investigation was, as I dreaded, Detective Gumshoe. After that, he became my direct subordinate. I have tried, but words fail to describe the immeasurable suffering he has caused me. But I suppose that's just how things are. As for a little girl who suddenly disappeared, she's now dead. Just kidding. No, we know she's here. Also, we've just been standing here at the hotel this whole time.
So, do you remember now?
Yes, I remember everything. Kay, it's been a while. Kay, you sure grew up a lot.
Of course, but thank goodness. I thought you two had totally forgotten about me.
You know, I was really worried about you after all that. Where have you been all this time?
Yummy, I didn't know you cared. After my father died, I went to go live with my mother's relatives. They lived really far away, so I wasn't really able to come back here all that much.
Oh, is that what happened? Well, I'm just glad you're all right.
So, does it all make sense now?
You betcha it does.
Oh, you know what? I was going through my father's bookshelves recently, and
Hold it!
Actually, there are still a number of things that don't make sense, Kay. Huh? First of all, why did you come all this way to see me? And second, why are you calling yourself the Yatagarasu? Yatagarasu is Callisto Yu, the woman who killed your father.
no, you're wrong. The real Yatagarasu was my father.
Mr. Faraday was the Yatagarasu?
Like I said, I was going through my father's bookshelf recently, and I found the secret diary hidden among his books.
Among?
I have no regrets in choosing to walk the path of the Yatagarasu. That's written in his diary, and that's how I know for sure.
But that's impossible.
What's that look? You don't believe me?
It wasn't just the expression on my face. I clearly just said it was impossible just now.
But then, how do you explain this?
It's a way of disarming any security system of the user's choosing.
Yep, that's Little Thief. Truth be told, this is the Yatagarasu's greatest secret. This little gizmo was used by my father. Will it ever be explained? Who can say?
Wow, Mr. Faraday wasn't just a great prosecutor, he was a great thief too, huh?
My father worked really hard to steal the truth. But he was killed, and the Yatagarasu is no more. But despite that, the Yatagarasu has been spied recently.
Someone other than you?
Here, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a look at this article.
Yo, it's back in the embassy. Yatagarasu sent the embassy a calling card?
Yeah, I mean, this person's a fake. I'm almost certain that Callisto Yu lady is behind this. Because the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a gaudy card out.
But the Yatagarasu did send a white card along with anything to be publicized.
That's what Detective Bad told me years ago, anyway. As soon as I heard the news, I got all wound up and I just couldn't let it go. I searched you out so that I could obtain the truth behind the Yatagarasu. Because if anyone can help me find it, I think it's you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Are you saying that I have your father's misused identities backwards?
Yes, because the real Yatagarasu is noble to the end. I want to revive the real noble Yatagarasu. If I don't, my father will never be able to rest in peace.
Hey, you're so honorable. Okay, what anyone else thinks, I'll always be there to cheer you on, pal. If you are honorable, a thief is a thief, and if you're planning to commit a crime, then I'm afraid I can't be complicit. Mr. Edgeworth, you guys are not making it easy for me. Who am I supposed to support now?
Mr. Edgeworth, what I want from you is not to steal something. What I want is the arrest of that evil woman.
The evil woman? You mean Callisto Yu?
It's too hard to catch her all by myself, but I thought that since you were able to expose her for who she is, then maybe... Please, Mr. Edgeworth, won't you help me?
Come to think of it, I do believe I owe you.
Owe me for what?
Miss, you made her escape. It was you who saved my life. Furthermore, you helped me with the investigations. I'm not so rude as to leave favors unrepaid.
And you mean...
Yes, that case has been weighing down on my soul since that fateful day. Perhaps the time has come to settle things once and for all. If you don't intend to sully your hands in a crime, I believe I can help you.
Mr. Edgeworth, thank you.
Yay, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Isn't that great, Kay?
Yeah, it sure is, Gummy.
Even though he had completely forgotten about her until just now. What is the chummy relationship? Great thief Yatagarasu. After all that time, the true identity of the thief sank back into the darkness. Vern Faraday, Callisto Yu, and Kay Faraday. The phantasmagorically changing identity of the great thief Yatagarasu, and the Yatagarasu's real goal. It would all come to light the day after I made that promise to Kay. The end! Yo, that's the end of that episode. Oh my god. Whew. Oh, God, okay. And on that note, hey, Gumshoe, long time no see. We get to actually play the game with episode 5. But I need to get more water first, so I'm going to be right back. Yo, I'm back. We're here. The final. I assume. No, yeah. Y'all have told me this is the final episode of this game. Most games are 5 episodes long in Ace Attorney. Y'all have also told me this one is super fucking long. But I want to get started with it today. Two cards. One of the Black Raven, and one of the White Raven. I'm rebalancing the audio, let me know if it's good. A country torn in two. One to the west, and one to the east. When those which were split are made whole again. Oh, I hear that Kirby DS horn again. The truth will reveal itself. Alright, Tepic, have a good evening / night or whatever. It's the Yatagarasu! Yatagarasu's here! Cursed Yatagarasu! Hey! You! 8 hours earlier. Just put up the stock title card from Sonic Boom on Wii U yesterday. Anyway, it's so nice, almost dreamlike to finally have a chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind the past few days have been. On my return flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day, I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at the Gatewaterland theme park. So true, Rub. And later that night, a detective's dead body welcomed me back to my office. Along with the thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from... Guys! Guys, holy shit! Guys! One benefit of getting a completed save file! I can actually fucking, like, make the text scroll how I want it to. I can press the button and it automatically goes to the end of the sentence! Thank God! How did I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back? Well, at least I have today. All I ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly. Mr. Edgeworth!
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! How'd you like my gumshoe impression? This is big! Big, I tell you! Hey, what's wrong with you? Where's your enthusiasm?
Yeah, maybe I should have... maybe for investigations too, if there is a complete save file for that up there. Since I know it would be a little trickier considering, you know, fan translation. Maybe I should try and get that. Yeah.
Where's your enthusiasm?
And suddenly the phrase, the fragility of dreams, comes to mind.
What are you talking about, fragile dreams? Come on, let's go! The fake Yatagarasu isn't just gonna find herself, you know.
Well, if you must know, it's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fake.
Say what?
Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you, we've only had a few hours to search so far. So I must insist that you be patient on this one, Kay.
What's with you today? Are you sure you aren't sleep talking to me right now? Anyway, I've got something much more important that I want you to see.
Oh, and that is? I can't believe this whole game was a flashback until now. Oh.
Take a look at this!
On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. That's quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy. Suppose it was inevitable that a newspaper would catch wind of this.
The day on the card mentions today!
Today, huh?
Come on, we gotta hurry! The embassy awaits!
I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating?
Well, it's some really special country. I'm actually really fuzzy on the deets. What? Never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so lackadaisical today?
I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up.
Well, then you should get wound up too! Because this just might be our chance to catch that woman.
You mean Miss You? The one who killed Kay's father, burned Faraday 7 years ago. Callisto Yu. She claimed to be the great thief Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom.
Ah, she makes me so mad. Phony.
Where's your fucking rage? Leave me alone, please.
Everyone knows that the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a calling card. Until a company's underhanded dealings are made public. The target is always totally unaware the Yatagarasu has paid him a visit. That's what makes the real Yatagarasu so awesome.
Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article. It looks to me as though it could be genuine.
See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't the real deal, but has knowledge of the Yatagarasu. If this isn't the clue that that woman's involved, then nothing is. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth! Out the door you go!
Wait, there are a few preparations I must make before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found last night here in my office. It's of a different color than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why.
What's up? Any reason why you're boring a hole through your newspaper with your eyes?
No, no reason at all. Very well, seeing as how Miss Yu is also of special nature to me, I agree that there's some merit to be found in investigating this.
I knew you'd come around.
All right, let's go! Beatrice Neutralis. By the light of this night's glorious moon, yo! We are ready! Ready to embark on our nightly outing! And this is where our tale begins! It's the Steel Samurai, baby! What a coincidence. Who would have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would ever be held at such an elegant theater inside a foreign embassy?
Yeah, the climax was really awesome. Samurai sushi slice. I got chills down my spine when he pulled that move out.
I guess it really is more impactful to watch a show in person now on television.
I saw that, child. I have to say though, this episode's set up kind of funny. I mean, they have two countries sharing the same building.
As you said yourself, this place and the countries, the houses are very special. Even this theater is special, and that it is a neutral zone shared by two countries.
So let me get this straight. The Steel Samurai show just now being sponsored by one of two countries. One's called the Kingdom of Alabast, right?
Yes, it would appear that the Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well. Why does Rubbish want to cry?
Seems that way. But you know who I'm really into? The Jammin' Ninja. The Republic of Babal
The Republic of Babal
is sponsoring a Jammin' Ninja stage show. That's something for fangirls like me.
Sherma! No, no. No, chap, I'm not going to be the Jammin' Ninja.
We totally gotta see that too, Mr. Edgeworth. This Jammin' Ninja show is totally gonna kick the Steel Samurai show's ass.
You know, ever since I first met this girl, I've always had this inkling. What she really wants to be is not a thief, but rather a ninja.
So anyway, about today's event, what's it called again?
The Kingdom of Alabaz versus the Republic of Babal, Goodwill Jubilee. The small European countries of the Kingdom of Alabaz and the Republic of Babal. These two countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature, and it was called the Principality of Cadopia.
Huh? Is everything alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I'm all right. Moving on. After a period of civil unrest, the country split in two, but there's signs of the past remain. Oh yeah, it is ABC, huh? For example, their flags preserve the flower and butterfly motifs to this day. Cadopia. KG-8 incident. What was referred to as the second KG-8 incident, in which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Cadopia. In the 7 years that have passed, the country may have split in two. However, the Atagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, I know you're thinking about something.
Oh, wait, excuse me. What were we talking about again?
If you could please stop spacing out on me. Anyway, we're talking about the Alabas versus Babal, Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have had a pretty bad relationship with each other, but supposedly they've been trying really hard to make up recently. That's why I decided to hold this event.
If that's the case, then why the verses? I was thinking the same thing.
Also, both countries claim to own the real Primadux statue, a national treasure to both. They're planning to have them publicly evaluated today to see which one's the real deal.
Hey, need I remind you to take care not to succumb to your thieving desires?
When it comes to treasure, you know I can't help myself. You know that.
She'd better be saying that in jest.
Hey, I can read your body language, you know, and you got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell you.
I know. Although we don't know if the Atagarasu will really make an appearance, I suppose we should still spend some time examining this place. Okay. Oh my god, I was just talking about you today!
Where in tarnation are they? Come on, Big Scoop. Hey, mister, out of the way. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I seem to remember this woman from somewhere. Yet my instincts are directing me not to engage in conversation with her. Perhaps it would be best if I left her alone. Yeah, let's do that. There are pamphlets about the two embassies here on this table.
It still looks weird to me.
Country split in two a few years back.
And they've shared the building and its grounds 50-50 ever since.
Oh, I guess it's because they don't have the money to build two separate ones, huh?
I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. I suppose I'll just help myself to one of these. What's all the hubbub?
Hey, look! It's the Steel Samurai! This guy's son, the Iron Infant, with him!
Will his name be changed when he grows up? Let's go.
This is the perfect angle. Go, my image! Travel across the wave and wave world and into every TV set around the globe.
A more honest approach to appearing on TV might serve your ambitions better.
You know, I've seen a lot of these shows in a bunch of places, but today's show was like they went for a complete comedy, know what I mean? Yeah, and that last move, the sushi slice, I couldn't help but laugh. I know, right? And that Big Princess's movements were really stiff. In the middle of the show, I could swear that I heard her hip crack. You know, I totally thought that too. Big Princess is a bad hip, seriously? Just what were they thinking, you know?
I suppose there is no graceful way to enter that conversation. Yo, is this Dante from Devil Maker? Is there something I can help you with? I was wondering what is beyond these doors. It's the Alabastian Embassy. Now, unless you have some business with the embassy, of course I can't really claim to have any business with the embassy right now.
Well, you don't have to be so rude about it, Mr. Guard.
Featuring Dante for the Devil May Cry. So true. Hello, sir. 10 more minutes. No, 5 more minutes. But isn't it really bad for me to spend time doing this? It's no use! Would someone please just tell me what I should do? You appear to be troubled by something. Maybe of any assistance? Leave me alone! Okay, fuck you, then. Damn, I mean, I hope your day gets worse, like genuinely. From this up, it'll be over, because I'm talking to you right now.
Somehow I get the feeling he's about to fall flat on his face.
Let's just do as he wishes and leave him alone.
Okay, that's good. All right, now give me a dramatic slam right there. Stop! Hey, do you mind? Get out of the way, buddy. Okay, once more. In 3, 2, 1, action.
Hey, was that my fault just now?
Well, he's obviously working. I guess we just leave him alone?
Alright, let's try talking to him. May I speak with you for a second? It's the Steel Samurai. I can't believe it. We've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've gone through 9 games, and now on the 10th one that we have played, we finally get a, like, person sprite of the Steel Samurai. Insane.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you glaring at him for?
Please excuse me. It's just that I've never seen a superhero up close before. He's got it tittied up! Oh my god.
Looks like he's written something down for you.
To Edgeworth from Steel Samurai. It's from Steel Samurai Daddy. Married man at Neo Old Tokyo. This man just... Okay.
Wow, an autograph. Pretty cool that you got one, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Hey Dante, Mr. Steel Samurai, Ambassador Alba. That's Alba Berry. Iba, I need you to show me titties now. Fuck! Ambassador Alba is waiting for you.
And now the Steel Samurai will proceed to enter the Kingdom of Alabas to shake the hand of the ambassador. The Steel Samurai isn't only here for the two countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador from our country as well. There he goes, off to spread the goodwill to the world.
Tate, that isn't happening. I'm God. He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he? Why the fuck is Capcom emailing me? I'll have to check that later.
Okay, we're shooting the next segment now. Cue camera! In just a few seconds, the Jammin' Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jammin' Ninja will enter the Republic of Babal. He is set to meet with the ambassador Babal at that time. Ah! The Jammin' Ninja show is about to start! We gotta get back to our seats!
Regrettably, I don't have much of an interest in ninjas.
Well, this show will change your mind! Come on, we have to hurry! Just even a second of the Jammin' Ninja's awesome playing, I'll never forgive you!
I suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you, Kay?
I can listen to that Ninja Mark for Death's lullaby song all day. His superb playing and that sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. His heart-wrenching voice. And that's the Jammin' Ninja's greatest weapon.
Really? I thought the greatest weapon was his balls! I'm sorry.
Ah, those pieces of Jammin' Ninja merchandise over there. I've gotta have them! Especially what the hair sticks they're selling exclusively at these shows. They're exactly like the ones the heroine Princess Misala wears in her hair.
Anyway,
hold it right there, Mr. Edgeworth.
yes.
You're thinking of going home, aren't you?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the Atagarasu will be making an appearance tonight.
Most likely it was simply a prank. No way, I just know the Atagarasu will show.
But I thought you said that the Atagarasu doesn't send calling cards.
Yeah, I did, but...
I figured from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase.
that card you said was a genuine fake calling card.
Genuine fake?
Well, how can I word this? The Yatagarasu's mark on the calling card is exactly the same as mine. Get it now?
Oh, we've got a problem! The Yatagarasu's been spotted in Alabast! What?
You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha! So you finally decided to show yourself, you phony! Hey, what gives?
I'm sorry, but I'll need to search you before you may enter.
What the? Hey! So Samurai just walked straight on through without one. If you don't hurry up and let me through, my phony is gonna escape.
Okay, please. Okay, a country's embassy is considered to be part of the country itself. You'll go through the proper procedures to enter the country.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm going to enter through the ball and climb over the wall into Alabast.
Hold it!
You would tell a prosecutor straight out that you intend to illegally enter another... Okay, are you listening to me?
Okay, Faraday, and I'm coming through.
Yes, and welcome. Someone stop her! Anyone! Please, girl. Think for once. Oh my god. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Where are you? Don't tell me you really did find some way over this fence. Ah! Fire! This is too big for us to handle! This is the Atagarasu came to Babal too! You accursed Yatagarasu! Okay! You better be alright wherever you are! Oh, she's alive.
I told you, it wasn't me.
Hold it!
Just being suspected of arson, you know. Typical day for an Ace Attorney assistant. Well, except for Susato from Great Ace Attorney, she's never accused of murder once, and that's why she's the best. Okay, are you alright?
Do I look all right to you? Now, can you do something about this woman?
Mr. Edgeworth, Detective Gumshoe, what is the meaning of this? Well, sir, it's, this. Oh my god! It is a dead body. Manny down.
It wasn't me! He was already dead when I ran in here, hot on the heels of the fake Yatagarasu. I only came in here because I saw a suspicious person at the open air stage.
Suspicious person?
A long black coat and a hood over their head. I dare you to tell me that's not suspicious. When I saw that person, I immediately thought they must be the fake Yatagarasu. So I chased after them into the embassy, then into here, and then lost sight of them. I just know that person is the one who did it! What are you so worked up over? There's no reason for you to be this loud.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Agent Lang's secretary. Sheena, I believe your name is, correct? And if you're making an arrest, I assume you have evidence that it was Kay who committed the crime. Is that also correct? You refuse to answer!
I don't need to answer. You're merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority.
Hey, pal! What the heck is that? What the heck? Sorry, that sentence, the sentence is correct, it just threw me for a loop. Just what the heck does what you just said mean? If it happened here, it's under Mr. Edgeworth's jurisdiction. The end. Seeing as how this building is sitting on soil, we can investigate wherever we'd like. Unfortunately, detective embassies are a different matter. Oh. This office is considered to be part of the Republic of Babal. Which means that anything can happen in here. Falls to the control of the Babalese government and Babalese law. Giving them exclusive extraterritorial rights. Extraterrestrial rights? Sir, do you really believe that the truth is out there? Oh my god. Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. That's what was agreed to by our respective governments. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place. Which means we can do little here in this situation. In no way, sir!
Please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Hey, you're not... Mr. Edgeworth!
In that case...
Well, I would join your investigation.
Oh, I thought that was going to be... Oh, wait, no, wait. Yeah, that's fucking karma, hi! Ah!
Ambassador Paleno, I appreciate you allowing me to join the investigation and for teaching me how to do an impression of Qilong Lang. That really threw them for a fucking loop, didn't it?
Now, I will admit it threw me for a bit of a loop. I don't like this guy. I already don't like this guy. I'm sorry. I forgot how much Francisco was in this game. Awesome. Yeah, you know what? There are two reasons I'm still going through with this game. For Francisca and for Gumshoe. Anyway.
It's really nothing. Manny was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it so quickly.
Francisca?
Well, I never imagined I'd meet you here of all places.
Finally, I'm hearing her voice again with less helium than I did in my flashback.
This is an embassy, meaning that you have no authority to conduct. Already? What is it?
Ambassador Palendo. And you are? I'm Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Karma's assistant.
Insisted!
Miles, what the heck do you think you're...
Please, I implore you, Ambassador Paleta. Very well. I'll be counting on the two of you, Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. What did you mean by you'll be Miss Von Karma's assistant? I don't exactly have a choice, do I, Detective? If I don't become Francisco's assistant, I can't participate in this investigation. The fucking farting sound in the left ear of the music is returned. I don't know how to feel about this.
There you go again, running at the mouth with that aloof expression on your face.
Francisca, please.
I don't know what you're planning quite yet, but at least I do know one thing, that you are now my subordinate. Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you should you have a brain lapse.
Of course. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, there's like, for some reason, like the bass of the song or something is like only in the left ear and I don't know why. Or no, it's like only some notes.
If you are done playing games...
Right, let's begin the investigation. By the way, Detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here?
Well, better late than never, I guess, sir. I was placed on guard duty for the Ablaze embassy today.
And why are our police guarding an embassy?
Well, on account of the guard they got from the Atagarasu. They called us up and asked for our help, sir. Only because we've been searching for the Atagarasu these past 7 years. It was more or less a mutually beneficial arrangement, if you ask me.
Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has turned out to be, I suppose. Looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duty again.
Ugh.
Look forward to your next salary negotiation. Although it's out of my hands.
Sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even packet noodles anymore.
Jesus Christ, you can't keep doing this to him, Reggie. Come on, let me look at the body. So our victim was the secretary of this embassy, I take it.
Manny Cochin. I heard that he was an admirable person. Very admirable.
The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back.
We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle.
Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire. What in the world happened inside this room? Apropos of nothing, you know what I need to stream next year? TV Robo. It's been a couple of years. It's been a couple of years since I last played it. That game's good as hell. It's a knife wound.
It's obvious what he was killed with. I wonder if it's consistent with the wound.
Indeed. Well, that sure is a dead man. This man, where do I know him from? Is this knife the murder weapon?
Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade's shape was also found to be consistent with the stab wound.
I suppose this means that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife.
The knife's got— Ah, shit! That's a fast forward button! This thing practically screams artsy at me, too. Although, it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I said was artsy.
But the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful.
Yo! Alright, yeah, yeah, hey, that's the key, isn't it? There appears to be something in his pocket.
This key, it can't be. Isn't the Atagarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago?
What? But that's...
Oh, 7 years ago? Oh! You mean that case where I was framed, sir?
Yes, it's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago, which was then stolen by Callisto Yu.
What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir? I thought he was killed with a knife.
Scruffy, at the very least try to remember the details of the crimes you were a suspect in.
Francisca, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few know of this key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge.
I feel like the victim right now, all trampled on, sir.
I suppose she'll have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is... Wait, shit. I didn't actually do this part with my own hands, dude. I don't know where to fucking look at it. I don't know where to fucking... Right.
Ooh! Wow, it's amazing, sir. It's been like some kind of magic trick.
I knew it. It's the same exact piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. And this beautiful pattern in the blade.
I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it?
Yes, it looks like 2 interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade.
Fine, sir. I think it looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me.
It's one of those 6-sided stars, just like the police box on our IDs. I don't really think you can call those stars. Say the detective's odd sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement.
The real question is why was the Babalese Embassy Secretariat holding this?
We don't know how Mr. Kochin came to possess this key. We do know that this was stolen by the Arthagarasu from the Kadobian embassy.
That's right. Mr. Faraday had written that fact down on his organizer.
I believe this means further research is required into the country of Kadopia.
Aren't you asked Ambassador Paleno about what he knows? Supposedly, he was a candidate to be the next ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have.
Okay. Let's go talk to the Acitor. Boink. No, I'm sorry. I just don't. No, this guy's vibes are rancid, dude.
I can't believe that Manny fell among thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is.
Ambassador Paleno, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police. That and only that. I ask you to cooperate not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Kochin's as well.
You're a rather strong man, aren't you? How fascinating! Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these.
Sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe. Yeah, I'm trying to pinpoint what, I mean, aside from his general body language, why he, like, discomforts me. Would it be wrong to say he has, like, Gantz vibes? I'm sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe.
Oh, no. These are simply coupons we distribute to promote Bubble. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Bubble.
Now I remember, the Republic of Babal is known for its feverish tourism industry. Boink. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased Manny Kochin. He was my secretary, and the embassy secretariat charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything. Accounting, printing, taking care of our national treasures. I'm sorry, did you say printing? Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. Yeah, I think that. Yeah. It's definitely a different vibe. It's definitely a different enough vibe, but it's like, yeah, there's similar things going on to where I get that, where I sort of get a vibe. So in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc. I was going to say, you know, I haven't actually played Rise from the Ashes in a long while. But then I remember, oh right, me and Ollie are gonna play Ace Attorney 1 at some point, and that will probably include that case. I mean, I hope that's like the 5th case of the game.
We have a printing press here at our embassy.
Last time I played the first Ace Attorney game, I did kind of skip that case because as good as it is, it's so long.
Please excuse my forwardness. However, I feel I should mention that I have a distinct impression that I've met him before. Oh, yes. Since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in that KG-8 incident. The KG-8 incident? The fact who was found innocent in that case was Manny.
So your Mr. Cochin is the same man as the one in that case.
It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from that case and dove enthusiastically into his job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee this embassy's renovations. It really is a shame. He has such a bright future ahead of him.
What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations?
We can't have tourists and visitors to our embassy think we're a poor nation, can we? So renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're still trying our best to make do. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best is now no longer with us.
Also, I will just to be clear, since we did have like that big gap at the beginning of the stream where I was troubleshooting, I will be going a little longer than usual. Not like long, but you know, maybe like an extra 30 minutes to an hour. We'll see.
Ambassador Paleno, I was wondering if I may ask you about Catopia. Catopia? Alright. What would you like to talk about?
First, I'd like to ask you about this key.
What about this key?
I found it sticking out of Mr. Cochin's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct?
Upon closer inspection, it seems this key is shaped like a butterfly.
That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife.
Oh! How fascinating!
Is it possible the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key?
In its knife form, there's a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Catopia.
Hold it!
And how did you come to that conclusion?
They're both of Catopia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here at the embassy back when we were still at Catopia.
Ambassador Paleno, this key was stolen from the Catopia embassy 7 years ago.
Oh, really?
You were not aware that Miss Yu had broken into the embassy at that time?
I'm sorry that I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador after Babal became its own independent nature. But if Manny were still alive, who knows what would have happened back then?
I mean, he would probably know about what happened back then. How did I misread it that hard? Sheesh.
Mr. Coach and Miss Yu knew about each other 7 years ago.
That doesn't explain why I found the Atigarazu's key here in the present. True. Francisca!
Miles Edgeworth!
What is it?
Let me tell you something. You are currently my subordinate. And if you wish to convince everyone else of that, you will speak to me with respect.
What's with the getting glint in her eyes? I don't think that would really be necessary, Francisca.
Oh, really? Well, that doesn't matter. it doesn't change the fact that you are still under me.
I thought Francisca was flying around the world in pursuit of that smuggling case. So then, why is she here at this embassy? Boink.
I was investigating up the Alabastan Empire when I got wind of this mess.
Ah, that's right. The Yatagarasu was due to appear at that embassy as well.
Yes, but the difference is that we didn't have much of a fire over there. Although, there was an accident at the Alabastan Embassy as well. But I left Agent Lang in charge of that case and came over to the Ablaze Embassy.
Ah, so Agent Lang is here as well, huh?
I see you've met. Well, he's in the Alabastan Embassy acting as bodyguard for Ambassador Alba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being there.
Boink.
So the suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl, I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu?
Kay would never harm a soul, sir.
Okay.
You remember, do you not, about the case we investigated together 7 years ago? Girl in the case of the victim. That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday.
So she's that feisty little girl.
Kay has been on the trail of the Yatagarasu, which is how she ended up here. Looking for the one who took her father's life.
He's trying so hard, but you know what? The Yatagarasu just keeps tricking us all.
How so?
Yatagarasu sent a card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret.
Yeah?
But all we've had is an arson and a murder. Lab boys are going in circles. You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract and it's going on the rap sheet.
If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight.
I do wonder though. Callisto Yu really is the Yatagarasu. Why is she here when she is supposed to be overseas in pursuit of the smuggling ring? Does she know? I mean, of course she does. To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was out to steal is in this very room?
Dirty secret?
Francisca, you're in pursuit of some dirty, underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me this is no coincidence.
In that case, then, the person I'm looking for is here in the Ablaze Embassy, The head of the smuggling operation.
I think I just might need to ask Francisca about her smuggling case in more depth. Okay, let's ask. Bam. Francisca, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you are here right now is related to that.
Yes. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off.
Counting document?
It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the kingdom of Cadopia. This is somewhere in the countries of Alabas and Babal is the head. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring.
Hey, yo, boys, that's Francisca for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has. Alright, thank you. Let's look around some more.
Hey, it's another butterfly.
I believe it is the symbol of the Republic of Babal. Bold. But drawing this big on the wall of an embassy, it definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism.
Well, I've got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country.
You may want to, Detective. However, I have yet to see the fruits of your desire.
You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir.
Yeah, sheesh.
Because this is a national treasure, could I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat.
There's a possibility that it's related to the murder. Would you agree?
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force the last investigator later when we find some solid proof.
I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the premium duck statues Kay was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or does this man look more like this, just like the Steel Samurai?
Could be twins.
Whip whip.
Small personal safe. This was Mr. Cotton's office. So perhaps he stored his most important documents in here.
Of course it's locked. Appears we won't be able to access it without the key. Why are you A-posing, sir? Sorry, but Interpol is still conducting its investigation beyond this point. I'm a subordinate of Miss Von Karma. Is there some reason why I'm being denied access? My superior clearly stated, don't you dare let anyone near the site. You got it? While I chose having the site, my superior would get really angry at me.
You know, Mr. Edgeworth, I feel really bad for the guy, so why don't we do as he says?
Yes, I suppose we might as well.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on this display rack, sir.
Knives, huh? Well, the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately.
I guess the handles got all burnt off by the fire.
So, even the knives fell victim to the fire. Ambassador Palena, are these knives yours?
Yeah, why, yes, they are.
They're a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of the bull. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Alabaster's own set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each.
But I can't believe that the Ablaze ones have been reduced to this state.
Ornamental knives, There's a small release on the tang of this blade. Ambassador Paletto, what is this knot here for?
Oh, that! It's a feature of these knives when you can freely exchange the handles on them.
So that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course. I see, so these knives are constructed so that the handles can be easily removed. I see. We know for a fact that Yatagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim, Mr. Cochin's pocket, which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office.
Good thinking, sir. Let's go try it out.
It appears I was correct. The key that was left to us in the victim's pocket, it literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth. What do we have here?
Hey, there's nothing inside.
The Yatagarasu made up with everything, sir? No, detective. I believe all we need is a closer look. The paper is right there, though. What is this here?
Looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir.
I don't think it's ripped. It seems more to me like it's stuck in the safe.
Hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch. Not even when I tug on it. Yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen paper stuck on the inside of a safe before.
Detective, I think you have it backwards. The paper that's strained is the safe.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that the secret to this safe is that it has 2 compartments. Maybe. It's completely empty. You were right, Gumshoe. Even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck in the back of the safe, I'd say there's an extra bit of space behind the back wall of this safe. In other words, this safe has a second compartment.
What?
I
I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and there is a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there is no other lock or keyhole in sight.
Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me on this safe. Yes, and I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock.
The safe and its locks. Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduced your answer.
The hole. Maybe the key? These evidence is the key to the safe!
I'm entirely convinced it is. I'm willing to entertain any explanation you have.
Ah! Don't worry, sir. I'm sure you're right in what you said. Although, I'm not quite sure how that piece of evidence is related to the safe either.
It's bad enough for Francisco to doubt me, but Detective Gumshoe as well? Let's remain calm and examine the safe once more for a clue on how to open it. I mean, fuck me, I'm an idiot. I mean, that is literally a keyhole. Come on. Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Francisca? They were talking about holes and it confused me for a second.
The shape does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch hole for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more.
Is that so? The person who used this safe, Mr. Cochin, made sure the safe had two compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden half? To look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person can figure it out.
You can't be serious! Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment of this safe?
Holes! That's precisely what I'm saying. And I will prove to you right now that the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it.
Objection!
The Yatagarasu's key? Miles Edger, this had better be a very bad joke.
Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is the very key that will open the second compartment of this safe.
We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe. But the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key.
Well... I hate that the 3D models in this game have, like, the same energy as, like, the Germa, like, rat movie. Like those crusty, shitty 3D models. Let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Cochin's safe in the Kenobian embassy. We confirmed that it's fact by opening the door to his safe with it. Now then, let's take a look at the back end of the key. Looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see?
What are you talking?
Ah! It appears that you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, this knife displays the exact same shape as the keyhole. The real function of the knife portion is to act as the key for the hidden portion of the safe.
But that's preposterous!
Because it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago. We fell into a misconception. It was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks. Whatever is hidden inside the secret section must be of incredible importance.
Then it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Scruffy, I gotta open that safe.
Ah! Yes, sir. Open it now, sir. These items. There. It's a bunch of funny shaped things. These are the pieces of art, huh, sir?
You're in the way. Now move, Scruffy.
I didn't think I was in the way.
These pieces of art. They're identical to the ones I've been stolen from various countries around the world.
I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was... These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. Examine those papers. They were sticking out. This is the document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about. Beats me, sir! Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up, detective? The coach's name is written here on the last page. I wonder what the significance of this document is. Well, we know another thing that he has his name on, right? Take a good look at these documents, Francisca.
It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here.
Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3?
Well, it certainly looks that way.
By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. It seems that you have now found what you were looking for.
Yes, and with this, it has become crystal clear. Mr. Coach himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Ablaze ink.
Ablaze ink?
Ablaze ink is a special product of the Republic of Babal. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported.
And that reason is?
Classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Manny Kochin.
His base was in an embassy. Thus, it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal condition under which to run a smuggling operation.
Ah, but it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice.
Even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds.
You want me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested.
Francisca, you must know that Manny Kochin was a suspect in the KG8 incident.
Of course I know, on top of being the head of the smuggling ring. There is the matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved.
Okay. I don't know what else to do, so I'm just gonna try and connect these, see what happens. The design on the knife's handle. It greatly resembles the special Ablaze species of butterfly.
It does, doesn't it? Plus it says right here.
This knife is property of the Republic of Babal. Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime was found right in this room. Oh, there we go. Investigation complete.
Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be? Now come along quietly, Yatagarasu. Kay Faraday. You are under arrest for the murder of Manny Kochin. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you have to believe me! I didn't do it! I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here and he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes.
What is that supposed to mean?
I believe I told you that the Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime.
Very well. I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are.
Hey, there's only one room. There's only room for one person who spouts the word fools in here.
Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Ablaze embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. And most importantly, other than her, there is no one else in here with the body.
Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu?
Exactly. But it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu. Duh! Look how many times I have to tell you! I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu. Imposter? Or not, it matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu.
Very well. I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Mr. Manikochin.
Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of.
Just because she calls herself that doesn't prove that she is a killer.
No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu set the calling card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secrets. Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. She killed Mr. Cochin for the key.
I see. Her logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of Agent Long's security. However, that statement now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need. She wanted to steal documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Cochin for the key. But the key was still on him when we found the body, right?
Objection!
Agent Shima, I regret to inform you that there is a flaw in your logic. Oh? Even if you claim that she is the killer, and even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I'm certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Cochin's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. Oh, she's fucking dripping. By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all.
Hold it. Then perhaps he didn't know that Mr. Cochin had the key on him.
If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact.
Hold it! Need, reason, all of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe second compartment before returning the key. Ugh! But the fact still remains that Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death.
Objection!
But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act.
Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes.
What?
Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her away behind bars.
You know, I kind of want to wear her outfit.
The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon, which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is a part of a special 3-piece set, which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There is no counter-argument.
That is your definitive evidence?
You see now she is definitely the killer, right? No! Mr. Edgeworth, you've got to believe me! I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear!
You came in here because you were chasing the suspicious person.
That's right, I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. When I entered this room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then...
Who's there?
This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl's scream. When I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her.
So the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon?
And the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it. The suspicious person in the black coat who came into this room before me. You continue to insist there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go? That I don't know, but I know they came in here. That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer. Not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth.
She has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show they are with some solid evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't...
Okay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that.
Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my arguments if you can.
Don't worry, I can and I will. Knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon, which the killer was holding.
Can we get a bit of an examination on that? So this is what took Mr. Coach's life. Some of his blood is still on the blade.
Well, I've been a detective for 7 years already. Seen a lot of weapons in my day.
Wait, is that a button on it?
Knives that were used to kill are always the hardest for me to bear.
So unlike guns, this is one weapon which you're likely to find the victim's blood on it.
Yeah, just like how this one's practically drenched in it, huh, sir?
Despite that, it looks like the blood managed to miss the handle somehow. I guess it's not a button. Well, there's a lot of skilled detailing on this handle. It appears the handle on this knife is removable.
I guess so people can change them whenever they feel like it. Sounds like fun, sir.
I don't think people would remove the handle just for fun, detective. Wait.
Objection!
So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth? What are you getting at? I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon. Was it the real murder weapon? This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? As you can see, the Ablaze knife has now been disassembled into two parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Kochi was killed with the butterfly-themed knife. This should clean up any and all suspicions surrounding Kay. The argument isn't airtight yet. How so? It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles.
Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing?
I don't care to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself.
Okay.
Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem.
The truth is right there in front of you. And this knife will show you the way. Obviously, Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Kochin's killer.
I get a closer look at this, please? The symbol. What is this mark on here? It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means.
No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar.
And so they do. But would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this. I mean, what else do we have that has like the symbols of the countries, right?
You can't be serious.
It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of Alabast's ornamental knives. Got him! It's part of the knife handle. Has Babal's national symbol on the butterfly. Therefore, it is undeniably Babalese in origin. As we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. That'd be fucked up. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Sheena?
After the fire had broken out.
That's right. Kay entered the Babalese embassy after the fire had taken place. Clarifies so much, yeah. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire. Which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over there. Which makes it impossible for her to be the true killer.
Woo! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! What a great victory! Huh? Hey, why is everyone so quiet?
I'm glad we got this far and cleared Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next.
Objection! What is the meaning of this? An alabaster knife here?
Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babal? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over.
You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. And then while you're on the run, now that's the way a real great thief operates.
Okay.
Oh, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth, for proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did.
Not really, but...
Come on, you don't have to be shy about it.
Your argument is still not airtight. Would you care to elaborate? I understand now the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there's still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu.
And again? Look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. Not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay?
Whether you're the real deal or a fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire. I also have her IP address. Objection? Preposterous? On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing?
The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu, that in itself is the most elegant proof. Miss Sheena?
Yes.
I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said. I am the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some imposter to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best I can.
It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that.
Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Sheena. Let me share something with you too as a token of my appreciation. Sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay? What? Well, I guess we better get going. Going? Going where? To the Kingdom of Alabast. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. See where the Alabastian knife came from. We'll have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. Let's go, Myers Edgeworth. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt.
Understood. To be continued. There we go. And on that note, I think
I'm going to stop here. We'll do a decent chunk next time on Thursday and Friday, but I don't know if that'll be enough to get us through the game. For now, though, thank you for coming, thank you for staying, thank you for watching the show. I will see y'all around.